What's good, everybody? Welcome back for another episode of Top Five Live, or maybe not. I don't know. you
Starting our
know,
own thing.
yeah, you never know. Both of our both y'all already know. King Jess is
Here.
literally. Uh, we just got to find a way to make like an official like new logo, like a new poster. just
I'm telling I'm telling you, just crop me in the joint while I be like this.
yeah, that crap. You know what? That crap is actually good. That's perfect.
You know
Uh,
what I'm saying? Just crop me in the corner. You know.
we gotta add, we gotta get you on one of them joints too. Especially because I mean you like at this point, if one of us is out, you know what I'm saying, Jess is in. You know
Sub
what I'm saying?
in.
Yeah, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So uh Danny is on the road. Hopefully gets home safe. I don't anticipate him coming on tonight. Javon, I don't know what's up. Hopefully everything's all right with him and his family. Um, so and Jess had had the thing, but he wasn't really sure about the the content, so he ain't got no list. I got a list, you know what I'm saying? But
You the only one that knew the assignment.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So what we might do is hold the list till next week.
Right.
You
Let me
know what
tell
I'm saying?
y'all, I really don't know nothing about comic books. I be googling everything on the fly, or I be like, yeah, whatever they say, it sounds great. I I don't know.
What's good,
That
bro?
comic books are not my ministry. I just
Hey, listen. My look, I had to be. I feel like Bane. You know what I'm saying? When Bane was giving his speech in the Dark Knight trilogy, he was like, "You really adapted to the dark. I was born in it." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Javon, Danny, and them, they're born in it. You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
adapted to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I adapted
Okay.
to the dark. I didn't grow up with comics. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we talked about that on the show before. Like I didn't grow up reading comics. Um, I watched the animated series. I watched Batman animated series. I watched X-Men. You know what I mean? I was big on Dragon Ball Z when that first dropped, and I found out about it. But anime and all the things that everybody else knows much better than I do, I'm always tip my cap on that, unless I know it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. I will never know the comics like everybody else knows the comics, and it's just never gonna happen. It's not a, you know what I mean? Like it's not a slight or an affront to anything else. Like it's all respect to those who have paved the way,
Hmm.
and I've learned some of those names and some of those people over time. You know what I mean? But what's good, Sean?
What
I've
up?
learned some of them people over time, but and I will continue to learn them. But there's no way I'll ever be as versed as they are on the comics. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even gonna attempt to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not. You know what I mean? So because the amount of catching up that you would have to do would likely be dangerous to your health and your mentals. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like if I sat down on a weekend and just read straight comics all weekend, I still would be nowhere near. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't replace 40 years worth of reading comics in
Hmm.
here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not a thing. So the list that we were supposed to be doing is the top five character intros, which I was excited to talk about, especially my number one. I watched the intro for my number one again today, and it's still just as I don't want to say much about it because I just don't want to tip my hand. You know what I'm saying? As far as like what my number one is, but it is it is hey man,
That's what I started like.
I can't win for losing, bro. You know what? One of these days, I'm gonna get like one of them crazy fast, insane level computers. And I think that night, I don't even think it wasn't my computer, bro. Because I don't have I legitimately don't put anything on this computer for the specific purpose that
Hmm.
I'm using the computer to stream from. You know what I'm saying? So like I have like over 250 gigs open. The process is not terrible. I made sure the processor wasn't terrible when I bought it. You know what I'm saying? For that express purpose. So I know sometimes, you know what I'm saying, one of my coworkers was telling me that like sometimes he's seen people on Restream have those type of issues. Maybe that would not because last week I didn't have any issues either. You know what I'm saying? So and I know on the internet
Everyone let me on. I was mad.
Yeah, it's just being racist. It's just racist whenever it wants to be. It decides to be racist, and I just got to deal with it. And that night was terrible too, because everybody was kicking my teeth in, bro, and I couldn't say nothing back to none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's what
the thing is. You the cable guy, like you should already know.
I wish I was a cable guy. I'd have the best.
Man, listen, you work for the cable company. That's all I know.
No, I work for a municipality. You know what I'm saying?
That's called cable TV.
That's not the same, bro. It's not the same.
The same.
If it was, I promise you, I'd have top flight. I promise you.
That's what I understand.
I promise you, I'd have top flight. Everybody I know have top flight. That would just be what it would be. But that's just not the case. That's not how my life is set up. So it just is what it is. Man. So we'll see if Javon and Danny end up coming in. I don't know if they're coming or not.
Y'all put in the poll whether y'all think he's gonna come. Can you do a poll, a live poll?
I wish I could do that crap live on the show. I probably can actually. If I put,
there's probably a feature in there you can do.
I probably can put it on pull up a poll on Google and see. I know Danny's not. Ain't no way.
Right.
Now he might be watching. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Go to bed.
Hey, are you eating what you eating for?
Nah, oodles and noodles struggle meal, bro.
Hey. I was excited for a second. I said, man, I want some fun.
I'm cultured, but I'm from the hood.
Oh no, don't you get it twisted. If I had some noodles at the house right now, I'd probably make it right as soon as I could get off of here.
Now, are you oodles and noodles or top ramen?
Top ramen. Top ramen I bought more so in my life than I have oodles and noodles. It don't matter, honestly. I don't know that there's really. I really don't think there's a taste difference, bro. I'm not even gonna count. Yeah, now I do think there's a taste difference whether you microwave or the stove, at least to me. But that's based on like the consistency, because everybody likes their noodles cooked a little bit different, like the consistency. You know what I mean? Like I don't want mushy noodles at all. Mm-hmm. My god sister makes noodles, and she puts like meat and vegetables in it, like. Mm-hmm. You get like I'm talking about. It's literally like going to a restaurant and getting pho. Like,
oh yeah, if I'm really making a meal out of it, I'm gonna put some meat in here. I'm gonna scramble an egg, throw that in here as well.
See, that's what I'm saying. I would love to be on that level, but I'm not even gonna cap. The most fancy I've ever gotten with some noodles was putting like hot dogs in it. You know what I'm saying? I chop some hot dogs up and put that in there. And my god sister, when she make it, like if I'm at the crib, if she make it, you know what I'm saying, she'll put some meat in there, whether it be chicken or usually it's just whatever, like the scrap mm-hmm. is, you know what I'm saying? So she put that meat in there, put some vegetables in there, make it spicy, and I can eat that every day. I promise you. You know,
Asian seasoning.
When I say I can eat
season all up.
When I say I could eat that every day, I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. I could eat that every day. Man, I want to play this video. I just don't know if it's gonna play. Let me see if it's gonna.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Y'all.
Let's pray to the internet gods.
I know for fact that Sean will let me know.
Right. Hell Spectrum, Hell Frontier.
Yeah, we're gonna see how racist. How racist or not racist. This is getting ready to be today. So one of them, I think I have to play the video. I don't know which one. I do want to talk about that at least before we get off. Right. Chopped hot dogs with ramen noodles, creamy cheese version with onions. I don't know if I could put cheese in my noodles, man.
What? Cheese ramen?
I don't know,
man. I ain't been nowhere.
I don't know, bro. Like I'm not saying I would definitely be willing to try it because I love cheese, bro. But it seems like it could be a bad idea.
Listen, anybody that's been to Korea and you spend some time in Itaewon, Yongsan, Daegu, Busan, you already know. You come out after the club, you got the lady there. She gonna be like, burger, egg burger, and then she gonna be like, ramen, chicken cheese ramen. And they do the oodles and noodles. throw some scrap pieces of chicken in there, a slice of cheese, mix that joint up with the egg, bro.
Look, it sounds fantastic. Now. It just seems like, but to me, the thing that will make it for me would be the consistency of the noodles. Like if my noodles are
like real firm noodles.
I would want that to be firm. I don't want the cheese in there, so like everything's like oozy and mushy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like I said, when my god sister makes it, she makes it where it's not even. It's like it literally pretty much is the consistency. It's a little bit more firm than when you eat pho. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So it would have to be like that. But if I had cheese in my noodles, it can't be mushy, bro. Like I will throw up.
Do you eat pasta Alfredo?
Oh yeah, I love Alfredo.
It's kind of in that realm. You know what I'm saying? But you get it seasoned up right. I said it just depends. Like he's using the cream cheese version. I've never had it. But I'll do like if I'm doing like a chicken or like a beef or whatever, I'll just throw like a slice or two of cheese in there and then just mix it up. Make sure I still got some of the water in there. It'll help it melt faster.
I don't know. What is the creamy cheese? Like you could buy a creamy cheese version.
I guess so. I mean, they got plenty of different joints now. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I stick to my power 3: chicken, beef, or shrimp.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can't. I like Oriental.
Being racist,
even though it's racist. I mean, the name is racist. The name is directly racist, but I'm talking about strictly the flavor of the noodles. Oriental.
So you want Oriental? Just add some salt, pepper, and a little soy sauce. Sesame seed oil.
That's true.
That's all it really is.
Shrimp, chicken, beef, spicy beef. Even though I can make the beef spicy myself, you know what I'm saying. Man, they have creamy cheese, chili, shrimp chili. Don't play with me, bro. Like,
I know that they have, but I stick to the big 3.
Dang, bro. Now y'all about to make me run to the store because I ate a long time ago, and I am.
Hey, go puff.
Dang, bro. All right, I want to play this video for context, but I'm not sure which one I want to play first because I did want to talk about. Did y'all see? Okay, so let me ask first. Jess, did you see the video? See, all right. So I need the full story. I might wait on that one.
All right.
I know some of it though. So the teacher that had the kids taking
the hair.
You saw that, right?
I saw a clip of it, and
exactly.
They fired them.
Yes. So I saw a clip. So I don't want to go but so far without being fully informed on it. All I can go off of right now is that because I did see, the first thing I saw was that people were mad that he had the students taking his hair out. After that, I think the issue was that like people were mad because he had his students' phone numbers. And I know like earlier today when I saw the video, some of the students were texting them saying how they couldn't wait for him to get back to the class. He was breaking down crying because he was fired. You know what I'm saying? And I guess the kids don't know he's not coming back to the class. And I really want to talk about it mostly because
okay, let's talk about it.
I can talk about it just in my limited just in the limited knowledge that I have, right? That's the lane I'll try to not try to stay in. That's the lane I will stay in. And I'm trying to put this in my as a father. If my daughter, because I feel like this is a gender thing.
Okay.
Now in my generation, which makes me sound old, which I don't care. That's fine. But what makes me think about it like that is that when I was in school, grade school especially, cell phones were not like your teacher did not have your cell phone number. You know what I'm saying? Like if the teacher was communicating, they were going to be communicating with. If the teacher was going to be communicating with anybody, they'd be communicating with your parents because they had no other way to communicate. You know what I'm saying? So it makes this situation somewhat different to me because you couldn't communicate with a child before. And as a parent, how would I feel if my daughter had, like, if the teacher for my daughter had her cell phone number and they could text each other?
Mm-hmm.
Would I feel some type of way about it? And since I, if she had a male teacher, the male teacher was dope or whatever, how would I feel about him texting her anything other than like school related stuff? So from that perspective, as a father, I can see it, right?
Okay.
The other thought in my head though is that if my son did not have the disabilities that he does, and he was in school, and a female teacher had his number and they were texting, would I feel the same way about that as I do the man having my daughter's number and texting? Because to me, that's part of what I heard, is that some of the issue was that he has, like, that they have each other's number.
Okay.
Now, the video of them taking his hair out, I'm not gonna cap and say I understand why that's a big deal. I don't. I don't see why that's problematic. Do you? I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so, and that's why I'm saying I might wait till I can have a female's perspective. I don't know.
Why does it have to be a female's, bro? Why can't we just be adults talking about our kids?
Well, I'm saying it because men and women see things differently and think differently for certain. I wish I should have asked my best friend to see what she would say. Men and women see the world differently, and we react differently based on how we see the world in a lot of spaces. And that's why I would love to have a female's perspective, because I'm trying to understand, like I said, like, if, again, as a father, if it was a viral video of my daughter helping to do her teacher's hair, take his hair out, I don't think, at least the video that I saw, he was sitting in a chair. The girls were all around him with the comb and like combing it out. You know what I'm saying? It's not like now I could understand if like they were taking the hair out like how we used to do it in college. You know what I'm saying? Like the girl could do your hair. This could turn into something because you know what I'm saying? You got your cornrows. He's like, yeah, I'm going over here. Old girl gonna take my hair out. That could mean a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? When I was in college, because that means when she get ready to do my hair, I'm sitting in between her legs on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And she's higher than me.
Don't.
Hey, yeah, rub that grease in there good, girl. Yeah, hold on, let me lean my head back.
If you sit up high enough, you hit that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So from that perspective, I get it, right? But in this, he was sitting in the chair. The girls are all standing up around him. They got the combs. They just helping them comb it out. So from that perspective, I don't get it. I don't get it at all on that perspective.
So I'll voice my opinion.
Yeah,
I think adjusting with the times, as long as the conversations have always been about school.
Yeah.
Because for some, it's easier to text the kids, hey, y'all assignment is due on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Not that means that he's texting each kid individually, be a group text, and they just all have his number. Some may need that because, hey, I'm coming in late for whatever reason. I flip it, regardless of the teacher. What if it was the coach for a sports team? You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes no difference.
Not to me.
Yeah,
not if it's staying strictly to
football practice at this.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's what makes all the difference to
or
me.
even sending a word of encouragement. Hey, like you was,
Yeah,
you know, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Whatever. I
yeah,
am totally, you know what I'm saying, cool with that.
yeah.
I also know that he has like it's not just with the female students, it's also with the male students where he has this rapport with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen like different TikTok clips of him having the interaction with all those. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Is to come up to him, dap him, or give him a hug or whatever. Like it's all the kids.
yeah.
It's not just he only
Special
tailoring
chosen.
to the young girls.
Mm-hmm.
If that was the case, I'd be looking at that as that's weird. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
If the not even weird, inappropriate, if inconcerning, if now they call him bestie and all that. I mean, all right, you know, sure, I get that.
mm-hmm.
But if he's not engaging them in that way, he's treating everyone equal, everyone the same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. He's just a great teacher that gets along well with the kids.
Yeah.
When I stayed in my before I got this spot, my old neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
the kids in the neighborhood would actually knock on the door and ask me to come out and play because I was the parent that would be steady pitcher for kickball or you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
play basketball on the court with the kid because I had those interactions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not look asking for my two boys. They can hey, can you come out and pitch for us? Oh yeah, sure,
Mm-hmm.
no problem. Give me some time. I'm doing you know what I'm saying or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's as long as it's in that staying to me in that realm of it's appropriate. He's not overstepping, and he's not allowing them to overstep. And if all they said was, "Yo, this is crazy that you getting kicked out for us unbraiding your hair,"
Mm-hmm.
and it was unbraided. It's not like they was braiding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like they were sitting there and taking their time and locking it down.
Yeah.
They you pulling out. Now he walking around the joint with a fro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay.
Um, I do believe this to be innocent, but due to what's been going on from
Right.
other teachers' behaviors, he's collateral damage. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Sean. Which is why me and Jess, I think, are essentially saying the same thing. Like as a father, I'm going to look at it from the perspective of like once I investigate, all right, what's the nature of the conversations?
Right, because I still got access to my kid's phone, so I'm
Exactly.
gonna look and be like,
Yeah.
all right, okay, now this look crazy that I'm going up there and I'm not gonna
Yeah,
say
exactly. Like
but,
if it's something crazy in there or something being said or put out there in ways that it shouldn't be put out there, or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna have something to say about that. But
like I said, the
if,
coach will hit up all the kids and be like, hey, no practice today.
yeah,
Like they'll tell the parents, they'll tell the kids, no practice today.
yeah.
Parents get a ride home, or you know what I'm saying. Da, 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 da. So I have
I
no problem.
mean, I still can see it both ways, only because especially for school age kids, especially if it's not high school yet, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Communication between the coach or the teachers or whoever else, the primary should be, especially for stuff like that, should be parents.
Mm-hmm. To the parent, yes.
Yeah. So I can see both ways, but like I said, the communication part is where I could see something. The hair taken out, I got nothing. Like I don't know what that's about. You know what I'm saying? And I
And it's in the classroom.
huh?
And it's in the classroom.
Yeah, and it's in a classroom. He's in a chair. They're just standing around him taking the hair out. Like, and I definitely don't know why he was fired outside of just becoming a firestorm. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they felt like they had to do it. But if he's a great teacher, you know, this might be another cancel culture.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like
this might be another cancel culture casualty. You know what I'm saying? And or just quick react like internet. When I say cancel culture at this point, it somewhat encompasses internet reaction, internet thuggery. You know what I'm saying? Because people nowadays just react to things and be looking for things to react to. You know what I'm saying? Whether they have context or not, you know what I'm saying? Like people don't need to investigate much. People don't want to investigate much. They just want to find something to be mad about and start shooting. You know what I'm saying? So and then people, whoever the casualty is, like, well, you shouldn't have put yourself in that position. And like I said, the only reason I always caution people for on that is because at some point it's going to be your turn. And more often than not, you're not built like that. You know what I'm saying? Because when it come back your way, you're gonna be begging for mercy. And that's the part. That's always the part that gives me pause. I'm like, bro, y'all have to stop, because if the pendulum swing back your way, then you're gonna be on one and talk about what you didn't do, whatever. He put himself in a bad situation. William, what do you mean by that? Like, is it because again, I don't know if you saw me say this early. I know bits and pieces. I have not looked. That's why I said I'm only going to speak about what I saw. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know the full story yet. I haven't gone into it, which is why I said I might circle back to it later. But I did want to get the thought off of my head based on, like, I just saw it earlier today, and I was like, dang, he got fired. Dang, man. And then I was like, as a father, like, how would I feel about that if it was my kid? You know what I'm saying? So I can speak on that. I had a similar situation years ago. They didn't actually fire him, did they? Yeah, they did. He's been fired at this point. No, I thought they. I don't know, Kenny. I might have to check on that. I could have sworn the video that I saw said he had been fired.
Can he elaborate more about his situation? He was in
a yeah. Please do. I'm gonna see if I can find. Let me see if I can find the article on that while he's yeah, it says a teacher speaks out after being fired for having his students take down his braids. It looks like the first article I saw said he's been fired. Yeah, I see like 2 or 3 articles saying he's been fired. That part I don't get. I'm not gonna cap. I don't get that at all.
There has to be more to it for him to be fired.
That's what I'm saying. Like well, you would hope so, but nowadays, you see what I'm saying? Like they could legit just be reacting to the fact that there are so many people upset. At first, it might have just been the parents, and the parents are galvanizing, which, you know, I get it. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like something is off, but after that, like, if there's a firestorm behind it, they could just do it because they're like, hey man, this is getting too hot at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, we kind of have to. When I grew my hair out, my flag girls hooked me up because the hair was getting a mess. They were cosmetology students. Hair is what they did. I was a band director for DC High School. Okay. Did they come after you, Kenny? Like, what did the parents find out? Like, you said it was similar. Like, was it similar in the way that they came after you for it? He was on the job, and that was not the place to do that. Can you do that on your job? At my job, honestly, yes. It depends on what I have going on. Did we finish our work for the day? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's every job is different, and in this job, if they're in class, they finish their lesson plan. I don't know what part of the day this was in. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're getting ready to let out for class or whatever, but then, you know, I don't know. You know, there are down days, and I know. I can only speak for me when I was in school. There were down days where the teacher had us, you know, she found a Reddit video for us to watch or something like that because we were ahead. Or, you know,
what if it was the lunch break? He didn't have
it. To me, there's definitely
he was on the job, but it was like, what if he wasn't teaching? He didn't have to teach class at the time.
Yeah, or he literally could have been teaching as they were doing it. I mean, to me, I don't see no problem with that.
Hey, Mr. Stokes.
What's up, y'all? What is going on in Justice's Are you in jail?
Dang, why gotta be in jail?
Are you streaming
What
live from
you gotta
Bellevue?
be in jail?
Hey, bro, we ain't get 10
I'm
seconds
just
in.
asking a question.
He ain't
Is
get
this
10
your only
seconds in.
call?
We already
Mr.
shooting.
Stokes, like, hey, sir. Happy to
Hey
see
man,
you,
you be coming hard for me, man. I gotta.
Oh, it was after school. This was after. Okay, this happened after school.
Okay.
Students stayed.
All right.
I still don't have no issue with it. I
Are
mean,
y'all talking about the teacher that
Yeah. What's your take on that?
honestly, I was talking. I literally was just talking to my wife about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know enough
I
about the
definitely know what your wife
situation.
thought.
She thought it was crazy too. I
What,
don't that he got fired.
Oh, okay.
So, but to have the kids unbraid the hair, do you think that was inappropriate for the teacher?
So there's kind of two ways to look at this, right? Number one, I don't think he forced them to do it.
That was my first thought.
Right. So like it'd be one thing if he was like, y'all in trouble, this is y'all punishment. But
Take my hair out. Oh,
they said it happened after school.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he was on camera.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing inappropriate was.
You watched
he posted it himself.
He posted it on himself. If they wanted to do, okay, listen, let's just be real. I said this to my wife. It's not like there's a bunch of people running to be teachers.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Like if
we already got a teacher shortage,
right? You got a teacher shortage. They already underpaid.
They about to go on strike now.
They go on strike. We gotta chill, man. Like let's not kill the spirit of the ones that are out here, like trying to do the job that the parents don't even want to do.
Right. And COVID showed us that in spades.
For real. And so, so what if they unbraided his hair? That man was fully clothed on camera doing work while they were unbraiding his hair. If they were giving him a shape up, would have been like
that's what, and I'm like, it's not even like they were braiding his hair, which would take way longer. They were literally like pulling it out. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. William said he was on the job and that was not the place to do that. Can you do that bruh? Listen, man. If these teachers already struggle to have like connections and building respect with these students. And then I felt bad for him. Did y'all see him talking about it? Bruh, dude is breaking down. His students are telling how much they love him and everything. But yeah, let's fire the teacher that the students love. They loved him enough to take his braids out. I can tell you right now, I ain't have a teacher.
Kids don't even want to take the trash out in their house.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Kids don't want to clean up their room, but it's like, all right, let me take this man braids out. That's cool.
Yeah, it's just too much, man. We doing too much right now. It's just people get upset for no reason, dude. It's just it's the nonsense.
That's why I said I can only speak about it from the lane of stuff that I've seen. So I don't know if there's more context to like because I do. Okay, so the part that we were speaking about earlier is that I did see something that said like I saw a video earlier where he was reading a text from one of the students.
That was saying, that's when he broke down.
Yeah, we can't wait for you to get back and stuff like that, which I'm assuming maybe that's where some of the anger came from. It's like, why do they have each other's number? You know what I'm saying? And I can understand where people are coming from with that if it's inappropriate. Like if you're the parent and you're looking at it and like, all right, let me look back at these text messages and you see something that's off when you do look at it, I get it. You know what I mean?
Was it a text or was it social media?
I'm not sure.
Because I know like I have friends that are in the school system and they have like 2 pages. They got their personal page and they got their page where their students can find them and like talk to them.
Yeah, I like early on when we first started talking about this, I said I felt like this might be a gender thing because, and I was thinking about it as a father, you know what I'm saying, with a girl and a boy. How would I feel if this was my son and the female teacher had my son's number and was texting and they were texting, we've seen this happen on both sides. Like as far as like abuse and like statutory, that's happened both male teachers and female. It's honestly happened more with female teachers with male students because there's more female teachers by and large.
Right.
Like not even close. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with nursing. Like nurses are by and large women, you know what I'm saying? White women especially, you know what I'm saying? So I don't, but it made me think about it from that perspective. Is like, would I feel the same way? Because we know that in a lot of cases, there's a double standard there between how we treat our, especially as fathers, how we view things when it happens to our daughter versus how it happens with our son. If our son loses his virginity, you know, there's the common trope that's on TV that you see, like, how dare you? Good job, son. You know what I'm saying? You do the back behind, you do the behind the back thing, or whatever. But then for your daughter, what were you thinking? You know what I'm saying? Like it's a completely different reaction.
Piece. Ooh.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just.
But yeah, I remember having. I swear, I feel like I remember. Like, you know, when you're in college, your teacher gives you their phone number. Like I've had like teachers in college, they gave me their phone number. And
I think again, college students and high school students.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying. I was trying to remember.
He got.
I wonder if it was social media.
On that.
I don't know if it was a text or social media. So that's why I didn't want to. Because I'm like, if it's a message that they just posted on Facebook to them or something like that. But I mean, like I said, this just I get it. I get, you know, how some people think it's problematic. You know, William said he posted online himself. It looks bad, even if it's innocent. But at the same time, I'm like, these teachers, we are already struggling to keep teachers employed, man, to get people to come into the field of teaching. We are struggling to get teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Like if this man if he didn't touch these young women inappropriately, and smart on him for recording the whole thing. If that's all that happened, like I'm trying to think, like, you know, if it were my stepdaughters, I'd probably be like, I probably just ask, like, did y'all want to do that? And if they were like, yeah, I'd be like, all right.
Yeah,
like, did anything happen? Like I
understand that there's a space there because you're a grown man, and these are teenage girls. I'm assuming they're teenage girls. I can understand the space there for people to be skeptical, but again, I think we're highlighting the important things. Number one, it's live. Won't they live, or did he just?
Yeah, I think it was live.
So it's live. It's being posted. You can see everything happening. You can hear every part of the conversation.
They in the school, right?
They're in the school, in his classroom.
Man, y'all tripping, man.
I cannot say I get it. I don't. Backyard Toy said, I'm a middle school science and art teacher. I find that problematic on all accounts. So I definitely want to hear
why. Please
yeah, why is it problematic?
I definitely want to hear his perspective on why, because I'm not gonna cap. Like I said, the only way that I see that this could be problematic at all is if I investigated it and there were inappropriate texts, calls, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, for people that, you know, when we
live during school hours.
Right. Yeah, but I just saw somebody say it was after school.
Yeah. And for me, when we have these questions of asking why, and I like really want people to elaborate, it's not to say that you're right or wrong. I just want to understand your point of view.
Yeah, me too.
I just want to understand your perspective. Why do you think it's problematic? Even as a teacher, you can help us elaborate more as to why it's problematic.
Well, he just said it was live during school hours.
Why wasn't it right? Why do you think it wasn't right?
Because I mean, like, the way I look at it is this: like, if they stayed after school and, like, you know, worked on like an art project, or, you know what I mean? Like, even if it was just like, you know, if there's students that needed to sit back and sit back and talk to
have a safe space.
Yeah, just face to face, or, you know, there's a space for skepticism, but once again, he's collateral damage. due to other teachers. Yeah, sadly, seems like it's connected with students in this day and age. It's hard to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I was telling
What?
like I got a son that plays soccer, and he had the coach's number, and the coach would text him, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, no practice tomorrow, or sometimes like as a general like text out to everyone, but sometimes he would even send individual text messages like, "Hey, you did this, start working on blah 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 blah." You know what I'm saying? And that's all it was. So it's like I have no problem with the coach having conversation directly about soccer and sending him encouragement with the kids.
Hold on. First, there were two aspects. Black male teachers get fired for any and everything. Yeah. Two, it's what pedos do to mold children into abusive situations. And then three, showing the school logo in the kids' faces. It's not right. For number two, I get that. I get it. But at the same time, if it was something that the only reason I don't agree with it is because he's doing it live. You know what I'm saying? Like, because
if he was doing it, if I agree with you, Javon. Like, if he was doing it and like the parent was upset because their kid came home and was like, "Yeah, we undid Mr. Parsons' hair today," and they'd be like, "What you mean you undid it?" You know what I mean? Like what you mean? He asked you to do that? Like, now you're gonna have questions, and now you're gonna be a little bit more skeptical. But if you recording it live, the whole thing is recorded live. Again, I'm not saying that your points are
valid. Asked to undress him or do nothing.
Well, crazy. No, I mean, I get what Morgan's saying, and I agree. Morgan's saying that like there become more questions if there's no visual evidence.
Yeah, like if I can't answer these questions, myself, you know what I'm saying, like or as he, you recording it, so whatever questions I have, you know what I'm saying, like I can get them answered right now, you know what I'm saying, by watching the video versus me having to get the whole story from you, and then and as a parent, I can see why that would escalate in your head because you're like, this not, you know what I'm saying,
like side-eyeing the teacher.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I get it from that perspective. The way he did it, I'm not disagreeing with you, Backyard Toys. I'm not saying that I don't see the points that you're saying.
I get the second point.
I just think it's for him to get fired to me seems like that seems harsh.
Yeah, to me, this is a slap on the wrist like situation. Like, hey, don't do that again.
It's a correction.
Like, we gotta put you on, hiatus for a week or something like that.
To me, that's a correction.
The trust that the kids can connect with teachers is pretty. You darn right. I'm with you, Sean. There may have been students who never had that connection, and the one teacher that finally broke through is gone. I'm with you, man.
I agree. I think.
Do you guys work with kids daily? I do. That dude is problematic. Did you go and view his page and his videos? Again, no. I didn't.
But see, that's why that's the first thing I said. So I want to reiterate that again. If you did that, you have more information than we do, because I specifically said before we started talking about this, I'm only speaking about what I did see. You know what I'm saying? So that's also why I said I hope that there's people in the thread that know more than we do that can give life to it. And it's another reason why I kind of want to circle back to the subject again, especially if I can get a female's perspective on it as well. Because
that's not
talked earlier. Like,
okay, so question: what if he was a teacher of hair braiding and cosmetology? Would he be inappropriate then?
Don't get me wrong.
I don't know, but it was girls braiding his hair, right?
More towards Backyard Toys. It's like, okay, is it just because but what if he was like a teacher of how to do hair, and okay, y'all practice on my head?
Hold on. What do you mean backyard only negative videos and kids wasting time. I don't know what that means.
He said he's been following since day one.
Yeah, but I don't know what negative.
What he said, he's saying it. He says negative and only negative videos. And
I know what I'm saying is I want to know what negative.
Yeah, I want to know what a negative is.
I taught for 23 years in school public system. Trust me, other teachers are making this.
And why you been following him if all he got is negative stuff?
That was a curriculum, dude. Yeah, but I need to know what you mean by negative videos. Like that's what I don't understand. Like you're saying that there's no videos of him teaching, but there are negative videos. What does that mean? Like you got to tell me that. I think this is a slap on the wrist offense. This is a look. We gotta give you 2 weeks, man, just so that people can understand that if you wanted to establish that there are boundaries that you can't cross, you could easily do that with 2 weeks. 2 weeks, you gotta stay home, come back, because again, if this dude ain't molesting children or breaking the law or anything else like that,
or showed no inclination of grooming
whatsoever, like negative videos are of him yelling at kids. One kid slapped a girl and got yelled at. None of him teaching. What? I guess he posted videos of his kids yelling at each other.
Or that's what it sounds like you're saying. It sounds like Backyard Toys is saying that the teacher only shows videos of the negativity, which would be kind of crazy because, like, well, that showed a positive interaction right there.
Yeah, he ain't getting trouble for the negative. He ain't getting in trouble for that for posting videos of kids slapping each other. He got posted the ones that
I may have to go back and look myself.
Yeah, I would have to look.
But you also said you've been following for years. If that's the case, why are you following?
I don't know. That's weird.
I do want to before I do want to circle back to this next week too, but I do want to also say before I want to get in on the other topic too, especially
the other one.
It's somewhat related too.
Did Danny come on at all?
No, but I didn't expect him to. I will say, and we'll come back to this next week too, y'all. And I'm gonna see if I can't get. I'm gonna holler at either Shauna or Roxy.
I'm gonna see if Jamari will come on. He teaches.
Yeah. Like Jamari would be good. I do want a female perspective, at least one. So
you put in one of the comments, that you have been following. So,
but go back, not years. This just happened. But I do my research. Okay, so you weren't following him. You went back and looked. Okay,
I've been following since day one. That's what I'm sorry.
Yeah, backyard. No, I appreciate you giving because that's why I said in the very beginning. I'm only speaking on what I know, what I actually saw, and that's why I stayed directly in that lane because I can only speak to that stuff, and then what y'all say. Cool, but that's also why I'm circling back to it because I want to give myself more time to be fully. God, dog, bro. Kenny said Lil Show too. Jesus Christ, what is going on? Golly, bro.
Kenny, you ain't never asked, man.
Yeah, that crap is crazy, bro.
You ain't never asked, Kenny.
That's
all
crazy.
You gotta do is ask.
Dang, bro, he ain't had to say Lil like that, bro. Like, I heard Lil in my head.
I ain't even heard Lil. I heard Funky Lil Show. That's what I heard.
Yeah, y'all little trash show. Like that's crazy. That's what I heard.
Show.
This freaking show. I'm doing y'all a favor by watching.
You need great teachers. There could have been a teacher who showed.
Oh my God. You knew it was coming, man. You know.
Man. That is the gift that
what's good? What's good, Ro?
Hey, Ro, you coming to Heroes Con, man?
Yeah, he going.
Oh, Ro gonna be there? All right. I'm gonna be in Rose City this year for Atlanta for Dragon Con, man. Ro, you gotta show me around, bro. It's been a while since I've been in Atlanta.
Sean, I hate you, man.
All right. What do you want to talk about, man?
That other video, can you play it? Because we already know if I do, it's not
good. What video?
I posted it in the group joint for me, you, and Jess. Me, you, Jess, and Danny. The video where old buddy is it should be the last video I posted.
TikTok one?
Yes. Wait, let me look.
Hold on.
Yeah, the TikTok one. Yeah.
No, that's the one with the teacher Brady.
So I'm looking at the guy's page, and
it's from Jamel Hill.
He got a whole session of the students playing the tier in darts for different things. For a due date extension on work.
No, it didn't, Sean.
He got a joint talking about when your 21 besties are filling you in on all the juicy tea, and admin walks in.
Okay. Tanika, my wife just talked to me about this.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, you gotta tell me what wifey said too.
Hold on.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
No, I was listening to you.
Yeah, but I'm like,
y'all ready?
All the students
Jesse, you got something else?
time. Am I your favorite student? So I don't see nothing negative. This is a quick little thing, and I'm like, oh, okay. He has great interaction with the kids.
I honestly, I need to see for myself.
Why? I'm on this guy's page.
I believe you. No, I believe you. I was just saying.
No, that's between you and Backyard. Like I can't get into it yet because I'm glad you're looking. I'm gonna do my research so that when I come on next week, anybody that says something that sounds crazy, I'm just like, nah, you know what I'm saying? But I can't do that right now.
Hey Kenny, I'm gonna be at BlurredCon this year.
I teach science, and there's little room
for
here we
go. Can y'all hear it?
So because we kept asking you to stop bullying my daughter, and you wouldn't listen.
Hold on.
We sent letters.
Hold on. It doesn't
second.
mean that it's negative. You said negative.
Yeah, he said negative videos. And
all right, y'all ready?
Girl who had to watch me and my brothers jump her daddy after school. I'm sorry. I know that was probably a traumatizing experience for you. But we kept asking you to stop bullying my daughter, and you wouldn't listen. We sent letters home. We even had a meeting with you and your parents, and you wouldn't listen. So now you know your actions have consequences. And since you too young to receive those consequences, you had to watch your daddy take those consequences. Get some therapy. You'll be all right. To the 7-year-old girl who had to watch me and my brothers jump her daddy after school, I'm sorry. I know that was probably a traumatizing experience for you. But we kept asking you to stop bullying my daughter, and you wouldn't listen. We sent letters home. We even had a meeting with you and your parents, and you wouldn't listen. So now you know your actions have consequences. And since you too young to receive those consequences, you had to watch your daddy take those consequences. Get some therapy. You'll be all right.
Get some therapy. You be all right. Yeah.
That ain't no therapy. Get some
dog.
Hey. The only thing,
I have been there.
The only thing to me that is negative about this is that they jumped him.
So
you know what I'm saying? I don't think the jumping would have been necessary. I think you should just if you felt like you had to get that dude some act right, then you personally give him the act right. You ain't got to jump him. The jumping people always to me is especially if you can do it one-on-one, why would you not? Unless you're scared you're gonna get whooped. That's ridiculous. Right. But I will say, do I disagree with his thought process though? Nope.
So here's the thing about getting jumped though. See, what I need to multiply what's going on in my daughters so that you really feel what's going on. Because if it's me and you fighting, then it's a fair fight. But what's going on between me and my kids and your kid, that's not fair. So I'm going to teach you about multiplying. So you really going to feel this butt whooping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be personal. I'll be true. I might. It has never happened to me like that. Like I know my son got his little kid tried to bully my son, but the school got him out there super quick. Like they don't play that, not in my son's school. But if I can honestly say, if my son was going through the same thing, I gotta start teaching my son how to fight back.
That's a fact.
That's the surface level. But like if my son getting bullied, like if it's like a group of them, if it's one main one and he bullying and he got friends, I gotta roll up on their daddy. Then I gotta roll up on their daddy. Like if I come to you and I say, hey, your son is bullying my kid, can you do something about it? If I gotta say it more than twice and nothing happened, then yeah, you and I gonna have to have a real conversation. Like a real one, not a PTA and teachers involved. No. You and I gonna have to have a real conversation, and it might not end well.
Mine is dependent. Mine is dependent upon. I'm a line drawer, man. So, um,
you a habitual line stepper, sir.
I am. I'm both. I'll draw the line and step over that myself.
All right, let's just make sure you understand that.
I am. Well, it depends. Now, in unserious things, yes, definitely. But if somebody puts a boundary up in some way, no, I don't do that. But in this case, do I understand where he's coming from with 100% clarity? If it was me, I've said this a lot, and I said it on the show before. Having a son with special needs, every father's going to be protective over their kids. I'm even more so for my son, because if something happens to him, he can't tell me. He cannot speak and say, this person hit me, this person did that, whatever, right? So it makes me even more protective. And when he got ready to go to school, I tried to make it as clear as possible in a nice way, because I'm never a butthole to people out in like public. And I try to make it very clear, hey, my son can't speak for himself, whatever. I just know that if I come up to this school, like, because the first thing that you think about is, the kids got to make it into the classroom and stuff like that. And we all grew up and knew kids that would pick on the slow kids, the short bus kids, the whatever, right? In my head, all I see is that. You know what I'm saying? All I see is that. So I'm like, I swear to beans, if these teachers are taking my son into that classroom and them kids are picking on him, and God, I know I saw a video one day of a kid that had he had his wheelchair, and the kids took the kid out of his wheelchair so that they could play with the wheelchair. It's up. There's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I'm even gonna talk to your parents, to be honest with you. I think because you knew what you was doing. You know what I'm saying? So when I get up to that school, I'm going to pray that there's enough. I'm a logical person, so I would try to stay logical as much as possible. My rage in that moment, especially because those kids recorded them doing it. My rage when I got to that school for those kids would be immense. Like it would take a lot, and I would have to I probably have to call my friend Tam. I'd be like, Tam, you know what I'm saying? Like I need you to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get me straight before I get there, because that's one of the situations where like you call the cops and hope they beat you there. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what I would do.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Like, I don't condone. No, I can't say that. I do condone violence. No, I do condone violence. I condone violence.
I condone it in certain
situations. Yeah, and I think it's reasonable. I think it's necessary in certain situations.
Yes.
So yeah, I do condone it. In this situation, he says, we asked y'all to stop. We sent letters to the school. We even talked to the parents. Mm-hmm. So you have taken all the preventable measures.
Agreed.
That's like somebody looking at signs of do not trespass. Do not cross over my grass.
Beware of dog.
Danger. Beware of dog. And then you hop over the fence and the dog gets you up.
Yeah.
You knew better.
Mm-hmm.
So if I say, hey, school, this kid is doing this to my child, blah, 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 blah. If at that point they're not doing anything, and then we then go to the parents, and I'm telling you, look, you need to talk to your kid about doing whatever to my child, or it's going to be a problem. And this child continues, you didn't do anything for your child. Now you want to spill that. and you're gonna do whatever. So now the line has been crossed, and that's your fault.
I mean,
if the consequences of those actions was getting hit by two people, so be it.
I mean, we teach. Hold on, we teach my son real quick.
Listen, we don't even know the factors of this child. What if the child is special needs?
Oh Lord Jesus!
Hold on, whoa.
That out there.
You said, wait, no, he didn't. Could have moved his daughter to another school.
Backyard. That's too much right there, buddy. That's too much. If my kid has to be moved,
let's have that. Move his daughter to another. Why?
Maybe you mean the bully.
Why? Ain't no way, bro.
No. Maybe he means the bully needs to move to another school.
No,
I hope that's what he means.
His daughter to another school. No,
I hope that's what he means.
Hey, listen, real talk. So my wife and I have had this conversation with my son. Because like I said, at the school that he's in, like they got a zero tolerance for that.
Good.
You know what I mean? They got zero. Like if your kid hit another kid, they might be gone. Good. So we teach him like, hey, don't hit nobody. You know what I'm saying? But we also teach him like, if somebody hits you, you go tell the teacher.
No.
Wait, listen. Just listen.
Hey, that's you. That's your parenting.
Let me finish.
You're not wrong for parenting that.
Just let me finish. Just you ain't even let me finish.
You're not wrong for that.
I'm saying only reason because look at it this way. If a kid hit him and then he hit the kid back and the teacher only see
he's gonna get in trouble.
Then he might be the one to go.
Ain't no might.
So that's exactly.
That
so that's why. Listen, let me finish.
I'm listening.
So that's why we say, look, if you get hit, you go tell the teacher. The teacher, it's the teacher's job, the teacher's responsibility to do something about it. But if he come right back, hey man, you better get him.
You GD right.
You better get him. And then you make sure, because you've already documented to the teacher that you did what you were supposed to do, and then they didn't do what they're supposed to do.
And I would make sure the teacher.
That's why.
That's what I'm saying. As a parent, you got to make sure that the teachers understand what you putting down, so that like when stuff goes left, it's completely understood. Like I'm going to teach my child.
Because my son will go talk to the teacher in a heartbeat. And again, we at a school, they got zero tolerance for that. And I'd be darned if my son defended himself the first time and get kicked out for it. That's why I'm like, hey, it's no different than being in the corporate world and sending an email so that you make documentation of what's about to happen. Yep. And then if something happened, then you do, hey, I sent you the email. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. So I'm defending myself right now. Now, in regards to the dad, this the same thing. I'm gonna send you a letter. We gonna talk we gonna have you and your wife or you and your significant other come down to the school. We gonna go down to the school. We gonna talk about it. We gonna be like, hey, da. If you still going, that's straight too. And then I'm gonna come talk to you man to man, and I'm gonna be like, listen, you got one last time for this to happen. You got one last time because this is strike three.
Right, I hear you, and you're not wrong.
Because if I do something and the police come, I need to be like, I tried this, this, and they ain't try to hear me.
There's one part of this we're not accounting for, but I'll let Jess go and then I'll get to it.
So, I was bullied and my parents didn't do any of this. I was bullied, but I kept fighting.
Right. So I grew up in a whole different environment, so my outlook is different.
What is he talking about? You gonna become Batman?
Right, probably talking about me because I was saying no, whatever. But
go ahead.
I operate different, and I'm thankful that my youngest son's mom looks at it the same way. We came from the same type neighborhood. We're both from Philly, so our mindset is a little bit different. And we have told our child, point blank, period, as long as you don't start it, you cool. But if a kid put his hands on you, you knock him the hell out, and you go tell the teacher. Ain't no tell. No, you end it because if they keep, because one, you go do it, then you gonna be looking like a tattletale. Then you gonna have more people bothering you. remember how things were as a kid in school.
Oh yeah.
It was like, nah, you end it, and if you need to, you go tell the teacher. We will never be mad at him for finishing a fight. We will never
I wouldn't be mad at my son if my son defended himself.
We will never be mad at him for defending himself. We know the nature of him. I'm not saying, oh, I know my child is an angel and he's really a serial killer. Like, my child really ain't no troublemaker at all. Like, he ain't about that life. He ain't really cut from that cloth. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got the DNA, but it is just chill. Like, he ain't.
I agree with you, Just though. Like, if somebody hit my son, if somebody hit my son and then I hit back,
I know he was hit first.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't be mad at my son. But the reason why is because we know he likes the school and we don't want to jeopardize that. So that's why, again, and for me is, look, I want you to make sure you cover your behind.
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, I understand, but I agree. Listen, you're talking to somebody that grew up one of the smallest kids in the class, man. Right. Like, I was fighting for my life on a regular basis.
You was up in Vermont getting messed up by them hay balers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get
hay balers.
Black too.
Hay balers. Talking about North Carolina right now.
Hey,
North Carolina.
Hey, don't do that.
Come on now.
Don't do that.
You know that's where Just from. You keep talking about Philly. You about as Philly as Philip Banks right now.
First things first, man. You know
hey, hold on. Backyard. I don't think any of us are talking about getting jump. I think jumping is a bit too much. Like, I'm joking when I say
the jumping's too much.
Nah, man, that's too much. But
I will say,
I mean, if my son's godparents want to get in on it, I ain't gonna stop.
I will. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
I will say
that line. Like,
nah, I would stop them. But I will say again, if I lean more to what Javon's talking about, like, I'm gonna tell my kid, go say something first, and it's to cover yourself. After that, though, your mentality when you go back over there is what Jess said. If that kid puts his hands on you again, destroy him. You know what I'm saying? Don't kill him, right? Do everything you can not to kill him, but I want you to make sure that he understands that he should never, ever in life do that again. And if he does, it's going to be this or worse. You need to send that message as quickly as possible.
It was a kid that had pushed my son. I said, next time he had told us. And I was like, man, he pushed you again. I was like, you Soldier Boy Superman that much. I said, you all the way. I was like, I don't care.
It's tough because, like, again, we live in an era where, like, it's like, again, we live in a zero tolerance era. Whereas, like, when we were growing up,
exactly,
like, you gotta fight. You gotta fight. You either sink or swim. And I know we're big on mental health now, and you know, the mental health of our kids, because, you know, kids, you know, they're getting, you know, bullied kids getting, like, you know, committing suicide and stuff like that.
I don't know about this Backyard Toys.
Hold on, I call Cat.
All options.
I'm not retelling.
I'm not putting my kid out of the school. Like, I done talked to this. I don't know, bro.
It's different, dude. Like, if you're if you got a kid that's not a fighter, like, let's be real. Let's keep.
Wait. Let me. I'm gonna get you right back to your point. But Ro just spoke to the part that I was saying that I think we're leaving out. The part that I think we're leaving out is there are some children that their parents are great parents, and that child's just a
baby.
No, go on and say it.
You know what I'm saying? They're just a little bad child, right? And their parents could have talked to that child. They could have said everything. They could have threatened them. They could have done all of that. So now you're ready to fight this parent that literally did try.
Or they millennial parents.
Not all millennial parents. It depends. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I will say that parent could have done. Yeah, they could have gone to.
Because you can't discipline that child. So now I gotta go to the next best thing. I can't discipline your child, so I'm going to discipline you, and then you discipline your child.
Yeah, but
that's
how
what I'm saying. You got two options: either I'm gonna whoop you, or I'm gonna whoop your kid.
Okay,
I'm gonna do it for you.
That's why I need to make sure.
I'm just saying, you got two options.
I'm gonna make it worse. I'm gonna whoop you.
That's why I need to make sure that that's why I need to make sure that it's said that there is a so in the not exhausting all options in this specific scenario, he said that he wrote letters, he spoke to the guy face to face. The only thing I didn't hear him say is like I went. Did he say he went to the principal?
He said they talked. He said they talked to teachers. They talked to the parents. They had a conference. They had letters. Everything, dude.
Oh yeah. So let me say this to backyard too before I go back to the other point.
Hold on. I want to get my point, but go ahead. No, go ahead.
The moving my kid to another school is not an option.
Ain't no way.
If anything, if my kid's being bullied and I can prove that he's being bullied, and you in your investigation prove that he's being bullied, if my kid goes from this school, there's gonna be a lawsuit. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna fight the principal. That's a waste of my time. But I will sue the school and the school district for certain.
And then what if I lose?
I agree, bro. I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you could roll up and be again, because if that parent's about that life and you roll up like, hey, you got one more time, whatever. If that parent's life from the hood, they can be like, oh, well, it's up then. Because I talked to my kid.
So you would up in your kid
that conversation
because another kid.
And that's what happens. I'm fighting that parent every
time,
day.
Every day.
I'm waiting in the carpool line. I'm there before everybody. I'm waiting on the car to pull up.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, even if I did lose the first fight, ain't gonna lose the second fight because I don't fight fair. I'm letting you know right now. I'm WWE in it. I'm grabbing chairs. Like you gonna feel this. But my point to
one time I'm moving my kid is if like his now is really a threat of
my kid's life.
His life's in danger. Yeah. But other than that, nah. Parent, you need to get you gonna feel this act right because I can't give it to your child.
But Rose said, you know, he don't feel right fighting for his kid, fighting his kids' fights. And my point is like sometimes no matter what you do, your kid might not be a fighter, yeah. Like let's keep it.
I've had
but in that situation, that's the time when
I've had two situations with both my kids.
What'd you say?
I've had two different situations where with both of my sons, and I had to fight. I went and fought the parent, like straight up called them out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. The first one, my son's first year of high school, and he on the bus, and because the senior wants to sit where he's sitting. You know what I'm saying? Picked him up, slammed my son, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Once again, this kid's a senior, totally different size. And when I seen it, I said, oh, hell no. So when I seen how big the kid was, I was ready to fight him. But when his parents or his uncle pulled up, I'm like, I'm whipping your ass. Like it's up. Like Look at the size of your nephew and look at the size of my son. Nah. I don't catch this fade and you correct him later.
Hey, bro, like real talk, man. That's my kid, man. I don't care if they Mike Tyson in their prime, dude. Right. That's my son, man. That's my son.
And then I had another one where my son was little and some kids had cuffed him to like a tree branch or whatever, and then just left. And I'm looking like, I said, "Oh hell no!" Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, me and my former profession, I had a handcuff key. Got him out. I went down to that door, knocked on the door. Hey, your son. I said, which one is it? Hey, your son did this. Come on out. We got to talk. Come on out. You got to catch this. Like, you got to get it because you're not going. I can't let y'all just. I can't let you live. And my son's handcuffed to a tree.
You know what? Just I'm gonna give you some credit because if my son, if that happened to my son and I went to my son, I was like, "Is that the one right there?" And he was like, "Yes." I'm just hitting 2-piece.
Right. I ain't hit the kid. I didn't want.
No, not the kid.
But I'm telling you, I said I didn't.
No, we ain't even got to come outside. You just catch the 2-piece right there.
No, step outside.
No, we ain't got to step outside. I'm coming. I'm popping you right through the threshold.
Nah.
No, man.
You don't want to cross the threshold of somebody's property.
No. I didn't say I was going to cross it. Just the 2-piece. Pop out. Then he got to come out.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But anyway, my point being is like
caught them both.
My point is, it's just like, I do think your kids got to learn to defend themselves, like I do. And like if my son is and Ro made the point, Sean was like, if you come home day after day and your kid being bullied, and I'm talking to my son and I'm like, yo, you fighting back. And he's like, yeah, Dad, I'm trying. I'm just trying to go, and I keep fighting. Like, you want your son to defend himself, but at some point it's your job to step in before it escalates. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care if Fred was Mike Tyson in his prime. For my kids, I'm fighting anybody. I don't care.
But that's my whole point.
I'll take a loss for fighting for my kid.
Yeah, like I don't care about losing.
What if the parent is Mike Tyson in his prime? I don't give a fuck.
I don't care about losing. We ain't talking about a fair fight
for my kid.
Don't let me. I must listen. Say, if there's a loose brick,
I do care about losing. I'm not.
I will take my loss. I will take my loss like a man. No. But I'm fighting for my kid.
No, I'll take that loss on that day, but the next day it's gonna keep happening till you get this idea.
Like I said, bro, there are some.
But I wouldn't have like a group of people jump him. I do think that's taking it too far. Like, I think that's taking it too far.
I will say
that could have escalated way badly. That could, you know what I'm saying? Like that could,
like if you say you're gonna jump somebody and that dude got a gun, they have every right to shoot you. No questions asked.
But even that, like if y'all hitting them too hard, I mean, we talking about getting jumped.
If somebody attempts to jump you and you have a gun on you, you have every right to lay all of them down, in my opinion. So that's another reason why I'm not getting ready to get on here and act like I'm the subject factor. I'm just saying I'm not getting ready to get on the internet and lie like I'm just gonna these parents getting beat up regardless of circumstances. Nah. That's why I said the important part that I think we were leaving out is I need to talk to these parents to see whether or not they're actually, because and honestly it's hard to know because that parent could not care altogether, but the only way you're gonna know they're not care altogether is that they are in your face right now in this conversation saying, well, maybe your kid, you know what I'm saying, like stuff we've seen in the movies. But more often than not, the parent ain't even on that.
Or the parent could be struggling too. Like if they struggling too.
Exactly.
I'm probably gonna be. What say? What?
Maybe we both need to beat your kid up.
But what I'm saying is,
maybe me and the parent need to beat their own kid up.
Because, like y'all said, like you could be a parent trying, and then your kid just be an a-hole.
They're just a little jerk,
and you trying, and like then I would probably have a little more empathy, but I'd be like, look, you need to go to the school and talk to them. And you need to be the one to do like this. I understand you struggling, but you need to go do something about that.
I would see. That's what I'm saying. Now
like, I'm willing to talk, but if you just like, man, maybe your kid's starting it or something like you said. Like if you try to put the blame back on my son, I'm a
line drawer. So I'm not. You're gonna have to show me in this conversation that you don't care. Again, it's adjacent, but it's not the same situation. But it's adjacent as far as how my mind works. If I'm in the mall or out somewhere with my girl, and somebody tries to holler at my girl, like let's say I walk away and go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I come back as a dude trying to talk to my girl. Am I gonna be mad or address him aggressively? No. Not even a little bit. One, because I'm not the jealous type. So you trying to talk to my girl, that's a compliment to me. Appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna make me no difference. I'm still going home with it. And if I'm not going home with it, cool. Then we just part ways as it is. It's different though. If I'm there, if I'm standing right there and you talk across me to talk to my girl, and she's like, nah, this my man. And you be like, what they got to do with me? And I'm standing right there. Now we got to fight because now you know what I'm saying? It has to escalate now because you are specifically trying to disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? Like we taking all ambiguity out of it now because this is my wife. You see, it's my wife. She told you it's you. You know what I'm saying? She told you. I told you. You right here. You heard the information, and now you just like I don't care. All right, bet. Now we have to escalate this. But I'm not getting ready to trip out if I don't know all the information. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with the parent situation. if I'm dealing with this parent and I don't, it is impossible for me to know what's going on in their house. I can't know that. So I'm gonna move. Like I said, my issue would be, like I said, the issue would be like if my son has special needs. If something happened to my son as a result of those kids at that school, I'm not even. I know as a grown man I can't beat those kids, but I would be very tempted. I would be very tempted, and I know that. So I would definitely have to like. Again, I told you I put roadblocks up, so I know when I'm getting ready to get to a 10 on something, and I'm gonna put every roadblock I can in front of me in that 10. So my roadblocks would be: let me call my friend, let me call the police, let me call the principal, because before I get up here, I don't know. When I get up here, I don't know what could explode. I just know I'm one of the things that could explode. So let me put as many things.
So Ro, to answer your question, well, if it's a single mom, you fighting her too? No, but thankfully, my son's mother is on the same page.
I was gonna say,
we grew up in the same neighborhood, same area, same mindset. So, and we teach our son the same thing. So
my wife would want to have words.
She's gonna be right up there with me. You know what I'm saying? And we're both remarried other people, but when it comes to our child, we are on the same page, and we will be right up there. So if it was the mom, all right, she gonna go ahead and do the mom or whatever. Or if it was me, I'm gonna be like, yo, this dude got a father or uncle I need to talk to, because somebody gonna catch this.
Yeah,
and I may tell his mom like, no, it's the mom. We'll talk to the mom. So yeah, that's how I am.
That's good to know.
You don't have to fight anymore.
You might be a pacifist, man. To me, there are always levels of things.
Good for
that's
you,
why
man.
You are not wrong. You are not wrong.
Hey, you keep running. You keep
running. Hating you, do you?
There's bullies everywhere, bro.
You are not wrong in your decision. That is okay.
I'm not judging. Okay. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying how I would
keep running, dude.
I know that
kids so many times,
but I know that I would have a harsh objection to having to move my child instead of that child being moved. I would have a harsh objection to that, because if I do that, I'm also setting the example with my child that it's okay for people to move you from a space that you belong in just because they don't want you there. And I'm not setting that example for my child. You know what I'm saying? So my kid would need to see me go through as a parent, you always have to remember whatever it is that you're doing or choosing to do or not choosing to do is still setting an example for that child. They're going to remember that. So in that situation, as the parent, they're going to look back when they're older or as they're growing up and be like, dang, okay, they're going to adjust based on how you adjust in that situation. So if your thought process is to run, they're going to remember that. So now you're teaching them to possibly run from other conflict, where sometimes you got to stand your ground. If you don't stand your ground, you will always run. That's a personal choice. Everybody's got to do what they got to do. But I just know, for me personally, I'm not moving.
There's a big difference between, and I want to preface, there's a big difference between my kid just getting into an interaction and losing a fight as opposed to him being bullied. Two different things.
Yes, I agree.
For your child, different things. You do as a
being in a situation and losing his fight. Okay, go back and try again. You know what I'm saying? But if this person is being bullied, two different things.
What's the example for your child if you do this? If you do what as this father did and end up in jail? There's more than one. The negative example could be, well, the lesson that he said, your actions have consequences.
Yep.
That is a lesson that needs to be learned in life, because especially in the internet age, oh my God, there's almost no more important message that needs to be sent to adults and children than your actions have consequences. If you on the internet talking crazy and then in person you're not talking like that, you need to learn your lesson. I don't want to see you die. But if you on the internet talking spicy, and now you see this person in person, and you on something different, and that person addresses you how you were on the internet, it's up, bro. You earned that. You earned that. You made that scenario, and right now in the world, that is a heavy, heavy problem. And honestly, the only way that those problems get fixed is that people have to feel it. I've said 50 million times, y'all know I do not have much respect for I call him Bunker Bob, but and he's doing it for different reasons. But well, I don't know that you need to change the laws, but like libel and slander, I take seriously, right? If you go online, and you're talking about something that is negatively affecting my business, negatively affecting something in my life, and I choose to sue you, to me, I believe in taking everything that person has, all of it. Kids be damned, wife be damned, all that. Because one way or the other one, you're going to feel it and you're going to learn your lesson. You're going to learn to speak more slowly or speak when you actually know something, or you're going to learn to shut the F up. But what you're not going to do is keep ruining people's lives with your free speaking mouth and think that everybody's just going to continue to let that slide. I disagree with that, man. I said completely. You know what I'm saying? So if in this situation, old buddy got arrested, I'm sure he calculated in his head that he could be, especially because he went online. Like somebody said earlier, you went online and admitted to an assault. If you think the police didn't pull that video, you're crazy.
Can we be honest here, gentlemen?
Sure.
That dude looked like he already did some time.
Facts.
I don't want to judge a book by its cover.
It don't matter.
No. I'm just saying, like you talk about, he calculated in his head. I'm like, he probably was like, yo, I do a little bit for my daughter. Like,
and most parents would be like,
told you, sir, God don't like ugly.
My kids, I do the stretch. Like, I'm cool with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that's another part of the lesson. But you can take that lesson negatively or positively.
We got to do the list, man. We got to do the list, man. We can talk about this.
If the father already called the school, had a conference, wrote letters, and talked to the parents, he didn't jump the gun on fixing the problem. He was trying.
He went through the system. He tried to go through the system. He tried to do the system. System ain't work. That's like if you, again, Morgan, made the conversation, about the if you with your wife and a dude is harassing your wife. If you in the mall and somebody is harassing you, and let's say he puts his hand on it, like he tried to grab her hand or something like that.
It's up.
Dude, if you swing, that's self-defense.
It's up.
If you said to the dude, hey, back off, man, that's my wife, she married, we married. If she said to him, if the security guard there, we go, hey, man, listen, can handle that dude right there. And the security guard don't do nothing, and he's still finding his way back. And he put his hand on your wife. Hey, if he catch a 2-piece in a chicken biscuit,
that's on him.
There ain't a cop alive. Let me not say that.
I'm about to say, don't say that.
Let me not say that. If security came back and saw him on the ground and you over here like, hey man, I tried to tell you.
But
I tried to tell you. They got cameras all in the mall.
I'll say this. I'm gonna go harken back to something, and then we'll do the list real quick. We talked about a video briefly where there was a guy on TikTok that was shooting a TikTok, and he was in the mall messing with people. Like there was a guy that had his phone, and the guy kept trying to like play around like he was gonna take his phone, right? And the guy kept telling him as he was doing it, like he's shooting it as a video. And
I remember that one. Yeah.
But the guy kept telling him, hey, leave me alone. Hey, stop. Hey, leave me alone. Stop. He told him 3-4 times. Old buddy kept playing around. He pulled that gun, popped him real quick, and said, I told you to leave me alone, and kept walking. Do I see anything wrong with that? No. Not at all. If somebody tells you to leave them alone and you continue to not leave them alone, whatever happens after that is on you. There's that's one of the reasons that the Trayvon and George Zimmerman thing pissed me off so bad, because the person on the phone specifically said, I've dispatched the police. They said, are you following him? He said, yes. They said, we don't need you to do that. They just told you, don't follow him. If Trayvon destroyed your whole face because you were running there behind this dude in the middle of the dark in his own neighborhood, you earned all of that. Self-defense is out the window. That's another reason why that dude should be in jail now. But I'm not even gonna piss myself off there. He is one person on earth that if I saw them, I would legit have to be like, don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I ever saw that dude, bro, I would immediately. He is one person on earth that I would immediately.
I can think it too.
I would really be tempted, bro. I really would.
All right, come on, yo, let's do this list.
Yeah,
so,
but
I got work. Y'all got lists. I ain't got no list because I don't understand it. So I don't know.
What you mean you don't understand it?
I told him my first one was gonna be Captain America in Endgame. He said that's not good.
Nah, it's got to be the first time we see the
I don't
character
know.
ever.
I don't watch this stuff.
Zimmerman got beat up. Zimmerman got beat up by Trayvon because Zimmerman was following Trayvon in the middle of the dark, in the rain, in the middle of the night after the person on the phone told him not to follow him. He earned that bit. He earned all of that, all of it. Him shooting him is because he's a hoe. He's a hoe. You know what I'm saying? You following a teenage kid in the middle of the dark in the rain. He beat the bejesus out of you as he should have. And then you decide to shoot
himself.
Yeah, you a ho forever. Forever and ever, amen on that.
He a bam, he a bam, he a bam.
He a fan. He a fan. He a
bitch ass motherfucker. That's what.
Yeah, you're right. He's that too.
Bam, he a bam, he a bam.
All right, so I'll do my list first. So we're doing the top 5 character intros. We'll see what Danny's list is later. I guess I don't know. But all right, so I asked an important question. At least it was important to me. It was like, all right, how much of the intro matters? And what I mean by like, I'm gonna just do the list. All right, so my number 5.
Just do it,
my number 5. Joker, Dark Knight. Great freaking intro. Every time I watch that movie, it still hits the same. It was fantastic. Perfect way to show how Joker is a calculating person. I thought it was just a dope setup. Hey, each one of y'all continue to take them others out as it goes. And then you know what I'm saying? You take the last guy out. It's freaking brilliant. It was a fantastic opening. Dope way to introduce him as a different. It was a fantastic tone setting intro for him as a Joker. So that's my number 5. Number 4, Blade. Fantastic intro. Like, you know, they call them Day Walk on the Law. I went back to watch these scenes, and I'll go to my honorable mention in a minute, but I had to put Blade in front of the honorable mention. You know, they call it a Day Walk or whatever. Blades. Man, my favorite part of that entire intro is when all the muds ran up on him when he was like in the bathroom joint, and he had pulled the sword out, and they got ready to start running towards him, and he took the sword and drew that crap. I'm a line drawer. I see that in my head when I say that. he drew the line around him. They started coming. He freaking destroyed them. Fantastic, awesome. I didn't know anything about Blade, but when I saw that, I said, "Hey, that's my role model." So that's my number 4. Number 3, Ghostface, Scream. That entire franchise was set up by that moment, and the fact that they had an actress that big get murdered after an extremely unsettling conversation.
You talking about the Protect Your Neck video when he was in with the
No, the movie. The movie
Scream, man.
I don't be knowing this stuff.
You've seen Scream before.
You've seen Scream. You ain't seen Scream?
Just go ahead, man.
Don't listen to Justin.
Jokes, man. Jokes, bro.
You know he watched that stuff in North Carolina.
Bro, I know he's seen it.
Ain't got nothing else to do in North Carolina but watch movies. Ain't nothing else.
That's my number 3.
Hey, we go. I wouldn't know. You have to ask somebody from Vermont.
Number 2, Jigsaw. Saw. That still.
I guess I give you that one.
That still is the best moment. The only moment in the theater.
Technically, the whole movie is an introduction. Oh, no, not really, because the first time we see him.
The first time that we saw him in the movie, but we had no idea. We thought he was just a background character. We had no idea.
That's fair. I give you that one.
That's
a really good one.
The revelation.
I give you that one. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Freaking fantastic, and it's still the best moment.
When they thought he was the dead body, he like stood up.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the best reveal in a movie theater I've ever seen. The entire theater Like I will never forget that as long as I live.
Right.
So that's my number 2, which it very easily could have been my number 1, but my number 1, Negan, Walking Dead, the episode nobody in life would ever forget. Like if you watch Walking Dead, even if you didn't watch Walking Dead, you've heard about Negan.
I've never seen the intro, but I heard about it. He had the baseball bat with some nails or something. Okay.
Right, with the barbed wire around it. When he came out, and they had been setting it up all season because everybody, like every time you saw one of the members from his clan, they would do the whistle or they say, "I'm Negan." You know what I'm saying? We had no idea who Negan actually was. This was the first episode we were actually gonna see him, and he steps out there with that bat and that jacket. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan is a beast. You know what I'm saying? And he was fantastic as Negan. And even though you hate him and what he was doing, his charisma was absolutely insane. And there's no intro that can top that one, in my opinion, because you were terrified the whole time. The one-liners that he had in that monologue were, oh my God. And then to see the brutality that he put out there.
What season, what episode?
That was season.
I don't know. That was late. That was like
6,
8 or 9, wasn't it?
It was 6 or 8. Because it was the last episode of that season. I can find it real quick while Ro is going. That nothing can top that, bro. It just I don't care if you've never seen any episode of Walking Dead. If you go watch that,
I watched the first season. That was it.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna go now. Here we go. Number five. This one, I really enjoyed this one, man, because all of mine are iconic. The T-Rex in Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's a good one,
man. The rain, and you see the water drop.
That's a really good one.
The water, the ripple of the water, and then everything.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
I'm gonna go with number 4, the Terminator 1. It has been used over. Yeah, but it's been used. It's iconic. Everybody remembers how the first time.
So naked Arnold Schwarzenegger just did something for you.
Okay. Oh man.
I mean, that was the first thing that came to your mind. That's literally the first thing.
That's what you said.
Naked Arnold. I didn't even mention the naked. You talking about?
You talking about the scene?
I was talking about the whole scene. The whole scene is him beating up bar brawlers and everything. Like you the one that's talking about naked. I mean, you like what you like. You like what you like, Just.
You're a fan. That's cool.
Hey, listen, you like what you like. Number 3, I had to go with the Joker. The Dark Knight. That was just a great. That was a great
Terminator 1, right?
Yeah. I mean, either one really.
All right.
Terminator 1. Number 2.
Why was the Joker one so iconic? Both of y'all had that on your list. Why is that so good?
It was the pacing and the setup of everything. Like,
because when you
had all the guys. One, it was an interesting plan because you had
fantastic
every step away. Everybody would get shot until there was only one person left. And then, like, you know what I mean? And it was like, no, you were supposed to shoot the da-da-da-da-da. And then, boom. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was just a very well paced introduction.
It does a really good job of showing you from gate. Because when the movie starts, you have no idea what's going on outside of it being a bank heist.
Yeah.
You literally have no idea that the Joker is involved or anything like that. Like, it just... And the pace was really good. And then when he takes the mask off and says, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happens, it only makes you stranger. Like, fantastic.
And then let's see. Number 2.
I'm going to watch that one since both of y'all got it on your list.
Indiana Jones. I mean, think about how often we see people parody that, him going in, with all that, the what do you call it? The big rolling ball behind him. The big, concrete
Is that
ball.
an intro though?
Yeah, that was the first time we seen him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was it Temple of Doom, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The first one.
Or is that the Last Crusade?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's the Temple of Doom. Because it goes Temple of Doom, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Hold on. Let me make sure I said that right.
That's
the first time you. That's the first time you meet.
Though.
That is the first time you meet Indiana Jones. That's the first movie.
I'm just saying it would have to be the first movie. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is.
I'm not sure which one is the first one.
Temple of Doom.
All right, bet.
84.
I was right. Okay, see, I be knowing some stuff.
There you go.
No, I mean,
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's Raiders of the Lost Ark. Raiders of the Lost Ark. But that's the scene from the first Raiders.
You sure not? See now.
Yeah, that's the first time. Because then he jumps on the airplane and he's got the snake in it and everything, and the airplane with him.
I don't know, bro.
But and he's being chased by the natives.
I think the Rock one is in the second.
Okay, yeah. Like, so he hit him with the Samuel L. Jackson line.
What? I hate snakes.
Yeah, I'm tired of snakes. Motherfucking playing.
And then honestly, I mean, number one is Blade, man. Dude, no. I can remember to this day where I was when I watched that first movie, and because I knew who Blade. I mean, I don't know if y'all knew who Blade was before the movie came out. But I knew who Blade was, and I liked Blade, the character. But when I saw this,
man,
it literally like blew my mind. It made me.
It was fantastic.
Okay, so I remember one where it was like the villain was like just standing in the shadow, and it was just like menacing, and like the people just couldn't like move and just like wrecked everybody. What's the name of that joint? That'll be my number one.
What you said? The villain was
like it was just like in the shadow, and it was like like that, and then like.
You talk about Darth Vader?
No.
The villain was in the shadow, but people couldn't move.
Yeah, like they could. It just like slowly kept coming forward and forward or whatever.
The villain did.
No, yeah. It was the iceberg in Titanic.
What?
It was like iceberg.
Hey, you're a terrible person, bro.
And then
I'm sitting here like, what the hell is this man talking about?
You are a terrible person, man. That was ridiculous. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You wasted all of our time, like 5 minutes. Bro, I'm sitting here like, what?
As much as
I'm going through every movie in my head.
Yeah, as much as I love horror movies, I'm going through all these horror movies in my head. I'm like, man, what is this? What is he?
All them people died. I should have said that. So all them people died.
Hey, you want to know who's a great introduction? I'm gonna tell you who had a great introduction. That in a horror movie, The Ring. Old girl in the movie. Girl with the hair.
Man, when she came out of that freaking TV,
the whole movie led up to that. But even if you just cut it at the first scene with the girls talking in the beginning, you know what I'm talking about? When they're talking at the beginning about the tape.
Oh yeah. But you didn't see her in that.
I thought you did.
Nah, remember you see the video.
What was the first time they showed her? I'm trying to remember.
The first time you saw her
was the end of the
first time
bad
you saw
version of her
came out of that when she came out of that TV.
No, they showed her before. They showed her before though. Remember they showed videos of her.
It's been a minute.
They showed videos of her before.
I watched it maybe 2 years ago. Oh yeah, they showed
videos of her before it.
She was investigating. We didn't know that was her then. I don't think. Well, it's one way or the other one. Either we didn't know it was her then, or we knew it was her because she'd already come out of TV. It was one way or the other one. Because remember, the mom was investigating her.
No, I remember.
Yeah. So,
what about Vader's intro in Rogue One? That's not the first time you see Vader though.
Yeah, I don't. Is that the first time you see Vader?
No, Vader's first appearance isn't bad. That's a good one too, though.
My close ones, my honorable mentions were Hans Landa in Inglourious Bastards. In Inglourious Bastards, that crap was fantastic. That dude acted his behind off to make that crap like insanely just tense. You know what I mean? And then if you put yourself in the shoes of the farmer, man, like I would hate that.
I had Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network.
Yeah.
Remember when he's talking to his girl?
Yeah.
I thought that was a great scene.
I had
Alonzo from Training Day.
When was the first time we saw Alonzo?
Remember, he was sitting in the.
Yeah, buddy. Because and it's highlighted by when he goes outside and the ride. He was like, "All right, we're going to the office." We go outside. He's like, "Are we gonna pay?" Nah. We go into the office, whatever. He hits the button. And don't. Like that was fire. Yeah, you're right. That was.
I could have did O-Dog from Minister Society.
I would have put that top 5, bro.
I know. I thought about it.
I thought about it. Trinity from The Matrix.
That's a good one.
Trinity from The Matrix was fire.
That's a real good one.
That one was fire. That joint was close for me. I had to put Ghostface up there only because like Ghostface is such, like you made a entire series off of how frightening that would actually be if that crap happened in real life, especially after the conversation. Killmonger, Black Panther. Because I was so hyped, bro, when he had that conversation with her. Like, oh, she was like, "These aren't for sale." Well, how you think your ancestors got them? That man, I said, "Hey, sign this man up for president. Yeah, sign him up right now." I was so hyped watching that scene.
All right, gents, I got to roll. I got work to do, and then I got to go to bed because I got work in the morning.
I gotta see you, good brother.
Peace.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Hopefully, Danny will be on. I don't know. Hopefully, he made it home safe. Jess, appreciate you coming through as always, bro. I'm gonna go see if I can get the rest of this Knicks Pacers game, even though it seems as though that game is pretty much over with at the moment. But yeah, appreciate you as always, bro. And we'll see y'all next Tuesday. Continue to tell people about the show so we can keep building our subscribers base, and we can start paying Jess. We can start paying somebody because none of us get paid for this. So
y'all gotta get paid first.
Hey man, listen. I'm trying to. We got to get the hours watched up on the channel. We got the other stuff, but yeah, we love y'all. See y'all next week.